Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
It's a movie script. FBI insiders reportedly expose official Vegas narrative as entirely false. According to a new report, the FBI was given a massive amount of evidence that they were told not to investigate in the Vegas shooting, including evidence of multiple shooters, accomplices, and motives. By Matt Agarist, March 12, 2018. Damning information has allegedly been reported by FBI insiders who claim that the official narrative about the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history is a fiction, perpetuated by law enforcement to keep Americans ignorant as to what really happened in Vegas. The report comes from True Pundit, who claims to have been contacted by several FBI insiders and high-ranking intelligence officials who are making the bombshell claims. It's a movie script that was written after the shooting to rewrite what really happened, one FBI agent said, according to the media outlet. The investigation is an entirely different story that we are not allowed to talk about. If we do and get caught, we get fired and probably charged, criminally. According to the report, the entire premise of the shooting, as in Stephen Paddock acted alone, is completely false. As True Pundit reports, after months of corporate-infused spin by MGM Resorts and outright lies from officials in the FBI and the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, federal agents and intelligence officials are spilling the beans about what really happened on and before the October 1st massacre. According to the FBI officials, as reported by True Pundit, the following jaw-dropping cover UPS. When FBI brass was provided with forensic evidence of multiple gunmen, they told agents to stand down and focus on Paddock only. Even a key internal audio captured by a hotel guest of multiple rifles firing from Mandalay Bay went ignored, covered up. When FBI brass was provided the names of persons of interest who likely assisted Paddock, agents were instructed not to interview the individuals. One would-be target was never pursued despite pleadings from intelligence officials and agents that he was possibly the second shooter. The FBI uncovered specific evidence showing that Paddock was anti-Trump and had an affiliation with Antifa, though it never was divulged to the public, and agents did not follow such leads, per orders of their superiors. When FBI brass was given evidence that the shooting was possibly linked to Antifa radicals working with an ISIS-linked terror faction, including the full identities of some of the suspects with ties to both radical groups and at or near Mandalay Bay the night of the deadly shooting, agents were never instructed to follow up on the investigation and pursue the suspects. When intelligence officials approached the FBI and LVMPD with external evidence that Paddock was only one member of an organized terror cell which included as many as 5 gunmen who planned to fire from the Mandalay Bay suite, the compelling evidence was covered up. Never pursued. When FBI brass was provided with forensic evidence that Paddock's death was not a suicide, the intelligence was never pursued by the FBI and LVMPD. FBI sources said Paddock suffered 2 gunshots. His autopsy report only details a single bullet to the head. FBI sources maintain Paddock's autopsy was doctored and is a fraud. When an ISIS-linked businessman from Turkey was pinpointed in the investigation and found to be residing near Las Vegas at the time of the shooting, FBI agents were not instructed to follow up and pursue intelligence leads showing possible links to the massacre. FBI and intelligence officials believe Paddock and associates chose to strike the Las Vegas country music concert with over 22,000 people because they likely supported President Trump. FBI agents said they were instructed to keep that key motive quiet too. When MGM refused to share CCTV footage from Mandalay Bay, FBI agents were threatened by superiors that any whistleblowers divulging such revelations to the media would lose their jobs. The FBI still has never been provided all the camera footage from the Mandalay Bay, FBI agents said. When FBI agents and agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives informed FBI bosses that Paddock didn't start buying dozens of guns until after Trump's election, they were told to keep that fact quiet and shrouded. When FBI agents followed up on an ABC News report that Paddock wired $100,000 to the Philippines shortly before the rampage, they confirmed the report was untrue. Instead of disputing it, FBI bosses embraced the false story, saying it helped build the narrative the Bureau was constructing about Paddock. FBI agents believe the story was planted with ABC by their superiors. While some of these points attempt to paint a partisan motive for this attack, it is important to remember that all sides would love to use Paddock to blame the other guy, and this should not lead to the creation and hatred of stereotypes, nor should it be used to divide Americans. If it turns out that Paddock was indeed anti-Trump, then this should not be used to demonize others who are also opposed to Trump. Anything outside of a thorough investigation to seek the truth is an insult to the victims and their families. Those who would attempt to use this tragedy for personal or political gain are no better than those trying to cover up the truth. According to True Pundit, Monday's report is one of many they will be releasing that will contain all the information given to them by their FBI and intelligence sources. As we've done throughout this campaign of misinformation and lies that is the Vegas massacre, the Free Thought Project will continue to sift through all the evidence to find the truth.
We refused to believe it was a shooting until it just kept going and going, and then Chase and Aldine left the stage, and then everybody started fleeing, and we started fleeing. We had to hop a gate to get out.
It sounded like just a firework, something that you think normally happens in Vegas. And then it just started going pop, 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 pop.
Boom, 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 boom. And it kept going, even after we left, it just kept going and going. It was insane.
Through investigation and response, we determined there was a shooter on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay. Officers responded to that location and engaged the suspect at that location. He is dead. Now our suspect was identified as Stephen Craig Paddock, 64 years old, a white male from Mesquite, Nevada. We have no investigative information or background associated with this individual that is derogatory. The only thing we can tell is he received a citation several years ago. And we believe the individual killed himself prior to our entry. Obviously, this is a tragic incident and one that we've never experienced in this valley. So what we're going to try to do is the best we can to get our first responders back on their feet and responding and conducting a proper investigation and ensure that we have the safety of this community at heart. My condolences go out to the loved ones that lost their lives.
County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, you know, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, you know, at least I can do it. You know, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.